Well, hello, everybody. This is the Mad Scientists with our Artorama or whatever. And my name is Mad Frankie, and this is Violet, my mate.
Hold on.
Or whatever.
There we go.
Oh, did you have an echo?
Yeah.
Ah, good. Sorted.
It's all well. Okay.
Good.
Violet,
Hello.
Igor. I'm Igor.
Right. Shall I go to solo, or are you happy?
You may take me off the screen. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. Okay. Here we go.
Right.
Right. I just thought I'd let you see how Mr. Ugly, poor fellow, is progressing because he's rather drippy. I did a lot of work the other day on giving him some lips, padding out the cheeks a bit, smoothing over the eyes somewhat, and giving him a bit more forehead. He needs a bit more work there, but I've also given him some more neck, and his neck is so wet. Eh. So I've got to stick him in here and let him go and sit by the radiator. So I'll just move him to where it's going to be more safe for him. Poor little boy. Ah, say goodbye, Mr. Ugly. I've even painted it yet. So that's the end of Mr. Ugly for today. So I'm afraid he was a bit drippy. I put him by the radiator and I hope so he might cook a bit. As it's cold enough to have the radiator on today. Now then, I got asked a couple of questions. One about registration, explaining that from Lee's Art Studio, and one about how to make a texture plate by Sandy Franklin. So I'll do the texture plate.
All right. Let me catch you up.
I'm going to do some gel plating.
Okay.
And do some registration.
Hello, Lisa, and hello, Deb.
Hello, Lisa. Hello, Deb. So making a texture plate is one of the easiest things, I think. Now, this is the insert from one of the portcullis stencils that I got from Mariah, and I put it together with string, and you can see that it is somewhat floppy. It's hard to use. It is hard to use. So a way to get around that is to use the piece that those were the outcuts from and make a stencil. This is the portcullis main one. I made one out of that as well. Got a bit squishy, but never mind, because I put my dirty great finger on it. But you just need a bit of cardboard to do it. So I've got that, and I've got some rather nice little dendritic bits there as well. I don't know whether they'll show, but if they do, that'll be lovely. If they don't, oh well. And then these are the inserts from the other two pieces of the other stencil that goes with the portcullis. So there's this one and this one, which is the inserts that came out of this. So I've got all those inserts, plus I've got the edge bit where the wibbly bits are, which I really like getting that. So there we are, I've got those two. I did these the other day, so they're nice and hard. I can use those today.
Good morning,
This
Caroline.
I did.
Caroline says, good morning, Fran. Even though
Caroline.
It's Fran's evening, my afternoon, and good morning to you.
And this one was done with geometric Polynesia. So that's one of P&M's stencils that I use to make the texture plate. Lovely. I've got loads of their stencils turned into texture plates, but I just thought I'd show you that one. You can see how it's been used quite a few times in different colours. Another way to make one is to put some material in here, modelling paste or light and fluffy, on a piece of card and make an impression in it with a stamp like that. And then you've got a reverse of what you've got there. We'll have a try with that. And I also did these trilobites just before we went live. So those are nice and wet and we'll need to dry. That one's probably a bit drier than the others. Oh, not quite. So those will have to sit and dry. And I'm going to do this one. So I'll do this one and I'll do this one.
Okay.
Let's move everything else out of the way. I'll move these not too far because I want to actually use those. And we do the gel plating. And then I can, when we're doing the gel plating, I can explain about registration and show you. Now, I like to use this one. Any one of these palette knives, it doesn't matter. You can use a credit card to switch it over if you like. Yeah. So I'm going to put some in here. I'm going to use light and fluffy on this one. On these, I used stencil butter in the different colours. You can see lovely orange. They call it marigold, I think. Can't remember what they call that one. Maybe just crimson. But, yep. If gooey. Anyway, this is the light and fluffy from Stamperia. So I like this light and fluffy because you can get a good amount of loft with it. It doesn't mind being staying quite well proud of the card.
I've had good fun with that light and fluffy, I'll tell you.
Yeah, and it's quite easy to smooth as well. It's quite happy being smoothed out. I've got some sort of lumps here, right? So I'm just going to go over the whole thing and smooth it out. And then I'm just going to lift that off.
You're completely off the screen.
Am I? Oh, I'm so sorry.
There
right, I've smoothed it out and I'm just lifting it off. There we go. And I can put this now on my surface and just scrape it off back into the pot. I'd never waste any if I can possibly help it, because these things are quite expensive. But you could use modelling paste. You don't have to use light and fluffy. I've used that before as well. Modelling paste is quite a bit cheaper. You can even make your own modelling paste. There's recipes on the internet. So that's a little bit high, that one. Take that piece off. Shouldn't really mess with it like that.
And was it light and fluffy? It's been a while.
Light and fluffy.
Well, I was going to say P made some texture paste with pencil shavings, ground up pencil shavings, and I'm pretty sure
that says cream paste. Why isn't that light and fluffy?
No,
why am I using cream paste? Oh well, I'm using cream paste, it seems. And there we are. I don't know. That's the stuff you use for some of the molds. So I've used that. Oh well, never mind. Yeah, it just shows you can use anything. Right, got that out. That will now go. I'll put that directly into water because that will gum up your stencil otherwise. Soak it in well. Prod it down. But you can pick it up, no problem.
Look what you did.
You can always sand it down with something. At least I hope you can. This being cream paste. I thought for sure I was using light and fluffy. I don't know. Picked up the wrong one. Never mind. You can do the same with these things. With the stencil butter. So any one of those, like I did with these. So not a problem. Right, I'm just going to clean this and this, my surface, because it can get a bit scratchy if I don't clean it. I mean, it's only lining paper for walls, for going under wallpaper, so it doesn't really matter. It should be a bit bouncy with it being the cream paste. It'll be interesting to see whether it actually works.
Well,
I haven't thought of doing much of an experiment.
Sometimes the mad
I'll put that up right, and I'll get some modelling paste to do this one. I'll put that on the fire.
Sometimes the mad scientist gets really mad and does stuff that she didn't realize.
Yeah. We've got a heavy body gel, 3D gloss gel, gloss super heavy gel. What should I use? Anything else? I'll just use the stencil butter, I think. I do like the stencil butter. It's got a nice feel to it.
How about the light and fluffy?
I don't know where the pot is. I thought that was the pot. So I've definitely lost my light and fluffy pot. It'll be in a box somewhere, buried under another 97 other boxes. I could use gloss super heavy gel. Shall I try that?
How long
Just
will
to
it,
see if it works.
how long does it take to dry?
Oh, ages. I usually leave them overnight, but we can play with the other ones I did before.
Right.
Let's have a go, just to see if it will. I mean, we're mad scientists. We're going to do an experiment. Right. Now I'm going to put a good amount of this on because I want a flat area to put my stamp into. And then I can plunge my poor old stamp. This was carved by me out of an eraser, so I can put it into.
Move up towards the screen. Move up toward. There you go.
Or I could just move the screen.
Well, you
show
could
what I'm doing.
That would be most helpful.
There we go. I'll raise it up in a minute when we get the gel plate out. It's going to be a bit lumpy.
Textured, not lumpy. Textured.
Okay, textured.
Textured, not lumpy.
Yeah, textured. So it's going to be lovely. Absolutely lovely. Hopefully. Right, now I'm going to put some water on this because that's goopy. So I'm going to soak it in some water first. Shake it off, get all the water out. And then and lift. Got an impression.
There you go.
I'm not sure that's all that successful. But you've got to make these experiments, otherwise you haven't any right to call yourself a mad scientist.
Can you hold that closer to the camera for a second? Hi, Gail.
Yeah, in a second. I just want to wipe my palette knife before it gets covered in permanent goop.
Okay.
There we go. Right. I don't know if you can actually see the impression there. Just about, can't you?
Yeah, well, because I know what it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's texture.
It's texture, so it'll be interesting no matter what happens. And that was the original stamp.
Oh, hang it. There you go. Right.
So it went that way down.
Right.
So I've got to leave it in there to deal with it and keep it going. Right, we'll get rid of the stencil butter, which we didn't use after all, but I've used before. And we'll get a gel plate out. Here we are, lovely gel plate. We've got a bit of Mr. Ugly's drips there. I hope it doesn't stick to this. That would be not so good. I'll just give it a dry wipe. Now, here we go.
So Gail says, what I was wondering about this type of thing is how even it will be, to be used on the plate.
Well, that one, not very.
Probably not very, right. It will be a texture, it will be an impression, not acting like a rubber stamp would be. But
well, that gel one will, yes.
Right. It would
That
be
gel
more
one
like
will be a bit
leaving an impression or pulling off from the paint.
yeah.
So,
but we can have a go with these and see what happens, because we've got these to test it. These were made with stencil butter. This was made with light and fluffy, real light and fluffy.
well, I was going to say, okay, Lisa, thank you for stopping by. Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Angela Rydell from Ontario, Canada. And then there's Chaos. Hi, Cassie.
Cassie. Yeah. Hi.
the impression plate would work good, actually well, if you use a correct product to make the impression, as in
Yeah.
stencil butter, light and fluffy, other
Or
cardboard
modeling.
cutouts, whatever you
Or
choose.
modeling paste. I've used modeling paste
Or
before, so
modeling paste, yeah. Maybe not so much the cream paste.
maybe not. Well, maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see when it's
We'll have
dry,
to
won't we?
Yeah,
That'll
exactly.
be sometime tomorrow, so probably next Wednesday I'll be able to show that. Right. There's my squidgy widgy, otherwise known as a bro. Right, I'll just get this bit out. It's a bit big yellow streak, otherwise known as a goober.
I have to go check
Maybe.
my prayer and see if it needs cleaning yet.
So what should I use? Well, I'll tell you what. I haven't used this here yet. It's Jackson's Hansa Yellow. Let's have a go with it and see what happens.
All right.
Don't find out.
All right.
Did I open it? I don't know if I opened it. I don't think I opened it. Did I open that bit? That bit's open. I think I need to snip it off with the scissors.
So you've never used it before?
No, not tried it before. It's one of the new ones. That's a good job the dog's not in here. That probably have hit him. Oh, that sucks back in all right. There we are. That's a good one. Right. So this, I think, is quite transparent by the look of the piece of test swatch they put on the bottle.
Yeah, well, I've learned you can't always go by that.
Well, it looks fairly transparent on here as well. So, right. I'll just move these out of the way. I don't really want them in there. Now I'm going to try this one. There's a bit of an impression there. Probably opaque paint, but I can see it quite well. It's probably not quite so visible for you lot.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Angela asks, what do you ladies make with your pulls? Well, I apply mine to homemade cards and journal pages and mini journals, mini books, journals. I have one in front of me that is a large sheet that I printed off. And, well, actually, there's 3 of them. I'm still trying to decide how I want to put it together. But the images I came off with are just beautiful.
Oh, that's good. That's lovely. Now that will have to dry. Sorry about that, Violet. But this one's got to dry. So we'll get another one out and have another go, and then we'll see that one when it's ready.
And you can also use them for collage material. I think Mariah PMiter Studio just was it a week or so ago, she showed how she made a journal. It was for the collab, the monthly collab. She made a journal and she showed.
And I make these.
There you go.
That's the back. That's the front. This is the red section. I'm making a swatch book out of it. So this is some of the red swatches I made. And some of them are mixes I made myself, like red 1, red 2, red 3, red 4. Others are paints I use quite frequently, like Liquitex quinacridone burnt orange and golden quinacridone burnt orange, to see what they look like together, and then use them in collage with other paints. And I'm going to put them all together eventually.
Yep.
And some
And
of it's
Gail says, I use some of my jelly prints for greeting card bases. That's what I was leaning towards, Gail. I use either black or white cardstock, and that's my substrate. And then I put my gel print, a cutout of my gel print over that, or even cut out a shape. Like if you have a punch or something, you can use your punch to punch out hearts or butterflies or whatever you want from your gel print. It's just a beautiful way to make your own pages.
Yeah,
Paper, which I love.
exactly.
Scrapbooking. If you do scrapbooking, you could use it there. Whatever you use for scrapbooking, in that way, the paper you could use the painting papers the same way. It's just
Hmm.
it's just a handmade paper design.
There we go. Now that's my
I think
second.
black
Right.
cardstock as the background because it really makes my painting papers pop out.
I want to have a go with this. It's a new paint that was just delivered to my door.
Ooh,
Whoa.
I didn't
By
hear,
the guy who owns the shop, even.
I didn't hear the doorbell. How did that happen?
Oh, that was day before yesterday.
Exactly,
Hang
Gail.
on. This is wibbly.
You
Gotta
don't have
tighten up this.
to. Fran's using beautiful copy paper, or she uses tissue paper, either white or black tissue paper. You can use old book pages. You can use magazine pages. Rip, we get AARP magazine in the mail, and I'll rip out one of those pages and use it to pull a print. Um, and whatever's behind it, whatever's originally on the page, sometime enhances what I'm creating. So you don't have to go out and buy paper if you don't have any.
Exactly. I used to use book pages quite a lot, but I haven't used them with gel printing.
Oh, I have,
I ought to. I ought to.
and they're great if you have old book pages or newspapers or um, ads in the mail for grayer off sheets.
Yeah.
If you don't, and then you could you do them enough, you could tear those brayer off
Somebody
sheets.
calling you?
Yeah, I'm ignoring it because it's probably a scam.
Oh,
But you
okay.
can use the brayer off sheets to rip up for collage material.
They can see that much better now
Yep, and you could
on
use
this darker colour.
copy paper. I think that's kind of what Fran has down right now, or will have down.
What paper?
Copy paper.
Well, I've got copy paper, but I've also got some light card.
Oh yeah, cardstock. You can use cardstock. I mean, be a mad scientist and go find out
Yeah,
what you
try
can.
them.
Yeah,
Try stuff. Try stuff.
there's
These ones I'm using at the moment are all PM Artist Studio stencils turned into texture plates. And you don't have to use the whole of the texture plate. You can just use part of it. Like I want something in there, so I'm just holding it up and using, because it's bendy cardboard, I don't have to use the whole thing. Just use the bit I want. There we go.
Oh, wonderful, Angela. Yeah, you can absolutely. You can have a major Zen experience. Just lay. I don't know if it's Zen or if it's paint fumes.
Let's say Zen, it sounds better.
Let's say Zen, yeah. And Fran, I have to tell you, Gail says my favorite lately is to use rice paper.
Yes, I've used rice paper. The thing about that is you've got to take it off quick. You can't leave it on the gel plate for any length of time because it will tear.
Yep.
Even just tear on the plate or tear when you try and lift it. Yes, Mariah told me about that, and guess what? I found out about it too.
That's what happened to you the other night when we were playing. Gail, I used to love I started out a couple years ago from another streamer watching her. She would just tear paper, magazines, or papers or whatever, just tear it and glue it down. Just glue it. Random tears and random gluing. And had such a Zen experience just gluing papers down. And then I realized, well, maybe it's the smell of the glue that was making me happy, right? So,
right. Let's have a smaller plate now because I've used my 2 big ones. I'll have a smaller plate. And I've got actual plastic for those sheets. It's much easier to doing on the other side.
Rice paper yet. That's good because I watched Fran use it the other night and she left it on a tad bit long, and when she went to pull it off, it actually tore. It was really sad.
But if you take it off fast enough, it gives really lovely clear prints. It really does.
Yes.
Super. Right. Let's have a go with a smaller one. Now then.
Majority of my paints are craft paints like you would get from Walmart that I've been using for various other projects. I even tried paint pour for a while, which is a waste of paint in my opinion. So I have pretty cheap paint, but spending enough time around Patricia and Mariah and Fran, yeah, my paint supply is increasing and it's the better paints. So I'm, instead of going out and buying the cheap paints, I save my pennies, and even if all I could get is 1 tube of Amsterdam.
Well, a friend of yours gave you gifted you with some Amsterdam in a set, didn't she? And you loved it so much you said you were never going to go back to the craft paint.
Oh, I haven't. Yes, I was very blessed that a friend of mine, Becky, gifted me I think it's a 24 set is what I said, of Amsterdam paints. They're small tubes, but
and that size is a good way to get into finding out whether you can actually use them, whether you like them.
Oh my gosh, it was like the difference between. Sometimes the cheaper paint works better, depending on what you want to do and what you want your outcome to be. But I've just fallen in love with the Amsterdam, and it scares me to think if I fall in love with golden.
Yeah, there is that. Russ, darling.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't say anything, but that's because he knows I'm careful. He trusts me to be careful.
Right, now I've got a stencil here that I'm going to use on this. Right, let's get some tissue.
Now, Gail says she's been using the pad of rice paper that Elizabeth St. Hilaire uses. It's just called Sketch Pad.
All right.
Interesting. I've not heard of that. I'll have to look that up.
No, I haven't.
And Gail says, I don't like using heavy body paint. I'll tell you what, Gail, I just ordered some paint. And before I did, I contacted Fran and I said, here, do I want open, heavy body, or what was the third one, Fran? Do you remember?
Open.
No, open.
You said, oh, high flow?
High flow. So I asked her, did I want high flow, open, or heavy body for making painty papers on the gel plate? And I went with the open. It just seemed like the safer bet between, as we were talking, for me to get the open. So now,
you're in a part of the United States where it's quite hot and dry in your weather, isn't it?
We do get humidity, but see, my house stays air conditioned because he has that
yeah. Well, that will also dry things out quite a bit, won't it?
Exactly. So there's few days that my house has open windows. It's either warm in here from the winter or chilly in here from the air conditioning. So yeah, the open paint was the better choice for me where I live.
Whereas for where I am, I've got quite high humidity. So I use the heavy body.
Yes.
I like it. It feels like the Winsor & Newton.
I am in Wisconsin, yes. Yeah, I think I did better, like you said, when you told me that. Yeah, the open is what I ordered. So
here we are. Now that was Prussian blue.
And it makes a difference. That's stencil there, if you go around and push down with the tissue paper into the holes because you pull up, it pulls up better.
It does, yeah.
Hi, Julie. How are you feeling, Julie?
Right, let's have a go. See what we. Yep. Lovely.
Yes.
If I want to do registration, before I pull it completely off, I'm going to hold the sheet down, remove the stencil like that.
Oh, no, Julie, it's okay. We didn't talk about anything you don't already know.
And put the sheet back on.
Gil, I'll let you know. Maybe I'll do something on here with Fran. I don't usually do that, but I might do a little show and tell or tell.
Ooh.
I wish you could retire too, Julie. Being on your legs all day, that's rough.
Right, if you look at the other side, that looks quite good. So I'm going to leave that to cure a bit. So I don't want to miss any of that coming up.
Well, you had Russ laughing.
No, I won't. No, I won't. I've peeled the corner and I think it's going to come up immediately. Look at that. Lovely.
Finally, because you had Russ laughing the other night because you kept saying, nope, it's got to go over here and let it set, let it dry.
Mm.
Look at that.
Not bad.
Not
Nice
bad.
detail in there.
Your bad bit off.
So that's registration. Let me talk about registration a bit. Now, there are a few ways to do registration. My way is pretty much following what Patricia does. And that's just holding down, making sure you've got enough of the sheet on one side to hold it down with either your arm or with some heavy paint so that you can lift it up and then put it back down again in the same position. Another way of doing it is to make marks in the corners and line those marks up on both sheets. So you've got another sheet underneath and line the marks up every time.
Ooh, that's good.
When I was a student, I did some screen printing with great big heavy silk screens. And with those, you did that. You had the mark in the corner and the first one went down. And when you'd done that one colour, you'd take that off, lift off the heavy screen. Then you'd get another screen and put it down and put on a new swash of colour, making sure first that the points lined up your registration marks. But this is much easier, but partly because I'm lazy and partly because I don't care if it's very slightly off. If like this one is very slightly off, if you can see that just there, how it's just very slightly off. You see that in the corner?
Almost a
just
bit
very, very slightly. But it adds to the detail, I think. That's the point. And I don't mind that. I like that. I like things to look not absolutely perfect, which is a good thing because I'm no good at perfect. But I think it just makes it more fun. I mean, this is a fun activity, not just a load of trying to do everything terrible. Because if you were trying to do everything terribly, terribly exact, you'd be so frustrated. You really would. So this is more fun. So what should we do next? Let's do some more with texture plates. I've got more. Huh?
If it's not fun, it shouldn't be done. 1, 2, move your plate closer up to the green. 3, Angela has a question. There you go. That's nice. Yes, that's nice. Angela has a question. What are you making when you are making a Franken stencil? What do you use to glue together?
Well, I use fabric glue, Fabri-Tac.
Fabri-Tac.
That's what I've used so far.
I guess it depends on what your stencil is made out of in the first place and
what glue you've got, really. So long as it works on your stencil material.
Yeah, I don't know that there's a specific glue that you have to use other than.
I expect art glitter glue would work as well. I make my stencils out of Tyvek, and P&M Artist Studio make those out of Yupo, and I found that it works on those too. The Fabri-Tac works on it. I mean,
Fabri-Tac on plastic. Well, again, you would use, Gail, you would use whatever you think would work and let it dry very well.
Fabri-Tac.
Would you use that on plastic? It says wood. Why wouldn't you use it on plastic?
Well, it works on it. I don't know about bonding it, but it works enough for my purposes.
There you go. Oh, 333 Judy 333 is here.
Hello, Judy. Hello. I just said hello to Gail. Hello, Gail. Right. I want to do some more colours. I've got colours in here I've not used yet. What have we got? What exciting things have we got? I've used that. What's this one? Oh, this is Azo Yellow Deep. It's one of the ones I got when I was thinking about the other cheddar, which I haven't done anything about yet, but will do.
I think that's
what else have I got?
ordered today too.
Oh, yes. Vallejo Naples Yellow. I've not tried Vallejo paint at all yet, so that would be a good one to try. What else have I got in here? That's an old one. What's that? Metallic Yellow. No, that should be in the metals one. Wrong pot. Oh, there's the Lucas Krill Cadmium Yellow. That's the only other Lucas Krill I've got. I've got two. I've got that one, and I've got this beige. I've actually found it no problem. I know P has some trouble with it being too chalky and dries really fast, but I haven't had any problem. That'll be because of my higher humidity, I expect.
We're so glad you're here, Judy.
So I might use some of that.
She says she's taking a break from yard work to be here. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's nice. I've got the other. Here we are. I've got light red oxide. Now, the first one I did, which we haven't seen yet, was with the rich transparent red oxide that Chris, who owns the cheap shop, brought round the other day. And this one I bought at his shop while I was in there because he had it there. Light red oxide. So let's try that one, and then we can compare the two and see what happens. We've still got a little trace of the Prussian blue on here, so that's fine. I'm going to have a go with this. And what else shall I use? Let's do, before I open that up, let's see what else I can use. Because I like my circles. I'll see if I can get any more circles. I've got a whole box full of them. Well, full of stencils just here.
Hi, Janet Nash. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Does Sharon and PM know we're live? They usually do. I posted in my group. So Sharon might be backed up with her own project. I know she's been really busy. I talked to her earlier this morning. And Patricia or Mariah might be on the road with Brad again. Seems to be a Wednesday thing. So they'll hear if they can be here. We know they will.
Well, I've got that one. The other part of some nice circles. A big circle. Some more nice circles.
Julie, we'll just say hello to Fran and Janet. We'll just look at it that way.
Hello. Hello. Oh, and I want to do him. I do like him. And that worked really well the other day. Using that worked really well. Let's do the other side and get some colour on it. It's all because of Freud doing all these circles.
Oh, yeah. I've been looking more at her stuff. It's like, I need to make some circles.
Yeah, so I'm going to use the light red iron oxide and see what happens.
I tell you, this eating and drinking and peeing and cooking and cleaning is getting in the way of my crafting time.
Oh, dear. It is quite a different colour, it looks to me.
Yes, it is.
Might be more like the light red iron oxide, golden. I don't know. Intriguing. Back in there.
want to make a bunch of circles, different circles. Fran has a set of swirly circles. Just look like I don't
Paint
have
swirls.
yeah. And I
Call them
really
my paint swirls.
like. Yep. Look at that color. That's just a new color to me. I like that.
Yeah, I haven't used that one before either. It's new. Let's try that on there. And we'll get a piece of white tissue. I've got about 6 pieces of white tissue altogether there.
Gail says, all my art projects are on hold right now while I clean and reorganize my art craft studio. I'm not doing it.
Oh.
There's a reason why Fran can't find her light and fluffy.
Yeah.
She did a little bit of organizing and now she can't find it. So you know what? It's taboo. I'm not doing it. Right now, Mercury is in retrograde, and I'm just sitting pretty, letting things happen outside of me. Don't come near me.
I do like the white tissue with the gel plate because you can do this with your fingers and get into all those little areas that you might not otherwise get the definition from.
Yep.
Black tissue is a bit more problematic because you've got to do it through a sheet of paper as well. Otherwise, you get your fingers covered in paint because the black tissue lets paint through to your fingers.
This is the wet strength paper.
This is the wet strength carnival paper, yeah.
Yeah. Julie says, I saw someone making stencils with their glue gun. They flattened it before it dried with something it won't stick to, like a silicone mat or something like that.
Yeah.
Allow you to do that.
Yep. I don't think I've got a flat silicone map though. Or have I?
I make impression plates by I'll crochet a long string I'll crochet one long string of yarn, and then I'll glue that down randomly all over a piece of cardboard. You can, if you have bottle cap tops, water bottle tops, you can usually glue them down randomly, use them to leave an impression.
Sorry. Right, now pull that up, and now I want to take this off.
So we're doing registration.
Make a texture plate with that as well, couldn't you? Easily.
Gail, I've done the same thing. Just a piece of string or rope or twine. Just glue it down to your piece of cardboard. Cut a box up. You don't need much. Nothing fancy. And glue it down, let it dry well, and then use that to leave impressions. I have to get some of that.
Now that jumped a bit, that one.
Fran, you're an enabler because now I want a big pack of that carnival tissue.
Well, you can get it in the US, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think it can. Well, it just needs to be wet strength. It doesn't need to be carnival.
Right. I did look it up, and I can, so I will. Just, I'm pretty sure I've already bet my quota for the month.
Not too bad. We'll leave that for a little bit, and we'll go back and look at the one that we were waiting on.
Exactly, Angela. Never put anything in a safe place because it's gone. It's like the black hole.
Black hole of Calcutta, yeah.
Neither had I, Gail. I had not heard of the term wet strength before watching Fran. And when I see her, if you see the black tissue, if she uses that, you'll see when she used the white tissue, it didn't come through. When she uses the black tissue, the paint will actually come through and get on her hands because it's not have any black wet strength.
Uh-oh. This bit is not dry. That bit ain't dry. I'll have to pull something else first.
Well, there's also the trick of using a piece of tissue paper to help it along.
Yeah, well, that will remove some of the impression, won't it?
Yeah, at this point it would, yes. That's a neat little trick from Darcy. Or somebody.
Not ready either. So, what we'll do, we'll go to plan Z. We've had plan B, this is plan Z.
He's going in.
There it is. That's what I was looking for.
Something for 2 years.
If you can, it is a good idea to get one of these, or get one for each plate you have. One of these acrylic sheets, either plexiglass or perspex, they call them.
And you know what?
And
I went to the big shop where they have the big sheets of plexiglass so I could get some. It was way too big sheets, way too much money. And someone suggested I could go to the dollar store and buy a picture frame.
Yeah.
And pull the plexiglass from that, if it's big enough. So guess what I'm going to be doing?
Yeah.
I could probably not afford more paints or wet strength paper, but I could afford the dollar store.
There you go. So that is light red oxide, and this is the rich red oxide. I'm going to put them both on the same plate so we can see what they look like.
Judy says, I use deli paper, not folded, instead of wet strength tissue. It's much cheaper and works very well.
Well, I'm going to get some from Jackson's, but I've spent everything at the moment, so...
The Deb C wants to know, will several plates stack in those storage tins? I think only one.
I can get 2 into mine. 2. I can get 2 in mine, but only the 8x10. I haven't got a tin big enough for a bigger plate.
Good to know. Little ombre effect.
I'm going to use my nice stencils, the ones I did ages ago. I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to use...
Wet strength tissue, Deb. In the U.S., look up Carnival tissue. Actually, I looked it up on Amazon, and I found Carnival tissue paper. Pretty sure it was that.
I'm going to use the big one. And that one.
Oh, hi, Artful Dabbler. I'm sorry I missed you coming in.
Oh, hello. Hello, Artful.
Exactly. I don't remember your name either. Thank you, Gail. Ah, it is imported. Okay. Good to know.
Trying to get his big eyes in. And his big eyes. And this one. See, I've got, this is the slices of tomato that I've made a stencil out of, a photograph of. and then resized all over the place. And there we are. I've got a nice little stencil. In fact, without the surround of the tomato, it looks like a load of birds attacking, or bats or something, or some weird creatures.
Ninja stars.
Yeah, something like that.
Hi, Carol. Carol, the Magical Touch Studio is here.
Oh, hello. Hello, Carol.
And Maxine is here. Hi, Maxine. Wow.
I'm going to take this up, and I'm going to leave that down there, and take this up, Centre Book registration, and I'm going to remove this one over there, and then I can finish laying this down. Where it was in the way. Lay that down and get the imprint off that. Pull this up. That's registration for you, just leaving it still stuck to the plate.
What's the paper?
Yeah.
It has a heavy waxy coating or something on it. I'm not sure how that would work. Fran makes her, Deb C would like to know, how do you make your stencils, Miss Fran?
I use Tyvek. I've got a big roll of Tyvek. In fact, I've now got two big rolls. Well, I've got one big roll of new Tyvek and one roll of nearly finished Tyvek. And it's 105, I think, GSM. So it's thicker than the normal stuff, you see. But it's not quite as thick as the UPO that PM Artist Studio use.
Right.
That's my Tyvek.
Oh, it is. Okay. I thought that was one of theirs. Why did I think that was theirs?
No, mine.
Cool.
Mine.
Yeah, so it withstands a few layers of paint. You don't have to go off and wash it immediately.
No, well, the other thing, of course, is because I've got my own cutting machine, I can go and cut another one if the worst comes to the worst. And I've got something like these trilobites and all the little pieces.
Right. And Deb C, that should answer the question. She has the Cricut, or not the Cricut, the Silhouette machine, the Cameo machine to cut the stencils out. She doesn't do it by hand.
No, I couldn't do that. I tried that when I first started doing it, but I've got so much arthritis now, I just could not do that. Well, now we can see the difference between the two colors.
There you go.
This is the light iron oxide. This is the rich iron oxide. And you can see a difference, can't you?
There is.
It's like it's fading up. That's rather good. I like that. Nice.
Can you hold that up closer?
Well, I can get the camera down closer.
Oh, well, that'll do. I just wanted to see. Oh, yeah. Very cool.
I mean, you can look right down into...
Yeah.
As far down.
Off the camera.
I can't take it right down any further.
Okay.
Because my arms are holding it up in the way.
I like those two colors like that. That's
it's good, isn't it? It's not bad at all. I like it. I like it.
Ditto.
Just got to make sure I don't put my stencils with paint on my lovely carpet. Because that would be a bad idea. There. Right, let's have another look at the yellow. Oh, that's better. That's better.
Okay, bring it on so we can see.
I'm coming. I've just got to sort of balance myself through the minefield of paints.
Tiptoe through the paper.
Drying prints. Now, this is the yellow. You won't see anything until I put something on it. So what should we do? What can we do with that?
You know, you ask that question and then you ignore what I say, so I'm just going to say.
Well, what are you going to say? You going to say something?
No.
Oh.
Nope.
Go on, say something.
No.
Well, I'll tell you what I was thinking, then you can tell me I'm wrong. I'm thinking, where's the greens pot? Greens pot is over there. Oops.
Gail, if you knew how often she messes with me. lemon.
Now I could use thiocyanine emerald, or
Oh,
I
Dan,
quite
don't encourage
fancy.
me. I'll go off singing, and then Fran will get ripped off of YouTube for copyright singing.
Phthalo turquoise. I could use that.
All
That would
right.
be nice.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
thinking.
All right. I'm agreeable.
You know, get a difference where the Hansa yellow interferes with the phthalo cyanine.
I've
Was
had
it?
my coffee. I'm agreeable. There's just that, sometimes I bring my twin sister along and she just gets a little feisty, right? I always blame my twin sister. Do I have a twin sister? Well, not in reality, but I like to pretend I do. Oh, Tori,
It's the one that hasn't, is your twin sister the one that hasn't had the coffee?
or too much.
Oh, too much. Yeah, hyper.
No need to apologize, Tori. It's just quite fine. I'm the elusive voice off in the background, reading chat for Fran. I'm Igor. I'm Violet Igor. Ooh.
She's Igor to my mad scientist, because she's much better at the techie things and stuff than I am. She's absolutely invaluable. If I don't know what to do or something goes wrong with my computer, Violet, help!
Or Photoshop, or the silhouette, or yep.
Yeah, well, we both got silhouettes, so that's very handy.
Very helpful. We both have Photoshop. Very helpful.
Now then, what have I still got this here for? Oh well.
Paper would be helpful right about now.
Yes, I'm just looking for it. It's here.
I'm over here admiring everyone's profile icon. Y'all have really interesting icons. Oh, I love Janet's. Janet's is, yes, colorful. Scan and cut gal. I don't have the addition of silhouette of Cameo to do scan and cut, but I really would love to. Yes, the plate was, well, she put the yellow down, Julie. So.
And I'm using this sheet to pick up edges, and I'm getting some rather nice results with it.
Julie, if you don't remember her laying the yellow down, that's okay. That means you'll be sweetly surprised when she finally does this pull.
Maybe. We'll see. I might be sweetly surprised. I might be horrified. I don't know. That's why we're called mad scientists, because we've got no idea what we're doing, so we keep trying.
For us, well, Artful Dabbler, God, I'm messing that up. I apologize. The Artful Dabbler says, I'm a scan and cut gal. It's been invaluable. Do all my stencils on it.
Oh.
And the Artful Dabbler is Tori. But Fran, you and I, we sit here and draw something out, and you use your light box. I don't use mine so often when I'm sketching something out. And then we put it in Photoshop or Silhouette and clean it up. And then while in Silhouette, we cut it. So the scan and cut, I'm just trying to think what.
I'm not sure what scan and cut does apart from scans and cuts.
Yeah, I'd have to go over there. Tori, have a channel with videos that I could watch. Julie, now you know how I feel. That's what she does to me all the time. She says, it's got to go over here to dry. We can't show you yet. It's got to go over here to dry.
Well, at least we've got something else to look at in the meantime, which is better than nothing.
But by the time you come back to the other one, I've forgotten what you've done.
Well, I'll tell you what I've done when I come back to the other one, if I can remember.
No, because I know you don't always remember.
Yep. I put too much paint on. I thought there was a big plate. That's the trouble. When you go from a big plate to a small plate, I'm inclined to forget that you need less paint on the smaller plate. So I just sort of soak it.
Oh, fingers crossed. Tori says, I do have some videos, but there's not many, but I'm coming back in a few weeks to do lives. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, Tori. Fingers crossed. And yeah, exactly, Julie. And Deb C. Oh, well, this would be a question for Tori. How thick of materials will a scan and cut? Oh, good. Tori saw it. You really did put a lot on there, lady.
Didn't I? Way too much. I was thinking, subconsciously thinking it was a bigger plate.
Yep.
Fool. So do what I say, not what I do. Tissue. Going to do a registration again.
Now, for anybody that asked, this is one of Fran's stencils.
Mm-hmm. This is the one that you rearranged the way you wanted it. I did remove some of the turtles you put there because it was getting a bit difficult to get them to print out for me.
Exactly.
The very tiny ones.
Actually, I rearranged them, and then you rearranged them again because all my turtles went in the same direction and yours do not. But anyway.
Yep, here you go. Those are the ones all going in the same direction.
Yep, that's the one I created.
I got rid of the really little ones.
Mm-hmm. But it's done on Tyvek. That's the thing. It's created on Tyvek.
Cut with Tyvek.
So I prefer the Yupo. One, because it's probably easier for me to find. But I do know that other products.
Did you cut any on Yupo yet?
I don't have any Yupo. No, I have the graphics, and if it cuts like graphics, then I would rather have the Yupo. Michelle's Ink It Stamp It is here. Hello, Michelle.
Hello, Michelle. I'm going to do registration now, so hold it down this side, pull it up, take this away.
Gail, I don't know.
Lay it back down very carefully.
Hi, Janet. Sweet girl.
Hi, Janet.
Mariah is here. Hi, Mariah. Are you in the car with Brad?
Hi, Mariah.
I don't know, Mariah. That's all right. You make up for the times that we're late to yours. That's just fine. Now we're even.
Yeah, perfectly fine. Me and my bad memory going, oh my gosh, PLM's on.
Yep.
Oh dear. Well, we'll take that one away because I think that could be quite interesting because we've got some remnants of the tomatoes there.
See, Julie,
in the red oxide. They won't have much. Will I take that off or not? I think I'll take that off.
Ooh.
And then I'll put some more on because that's quite thin. I mean, I can just see it, but I can't see much. I might lay the stencil back onto the sheet and put something through it with a sponge or something, maybe. Don't know. In the meantime, we'll leave this dry. And we'll get the other one back, the one that we did before with the impression plates.
Oh, Fran.
Yeah.
Mariah says that P has been playing with the lovely things that you sent.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad.
I'll tell you what, Mariah. I was around to watch Fran create the beads and the turtle. And
yeah.
Yep. It was I think exciting would be the wrong word, but it was very, very interesting to watch her create those and how determined she was for them to look just a certain way for P.
Yeah, I had to do them.
And
Right.
now,
I mean, it took a long time for me to figure out what I was going to put with the turtle
yeah.
because I
Well,
wanted to give the turtle. I wanted to do something that was going to go with it, and it just wasn't easy figuring that out.
I didn't get a good look of the finished products before you shipped them. So P posting a picture of it was like, wow, Fran, you did.
Lovely.
I know what you put into that. Great job, lady. Great job.
Thank you. Right.
That turtle
Oh, I know
stencil.
what you mean about these tops. Trisha's always going on about these tops. That does not want to go back in. There we go. Found it.
Carol in Magical Touch Studio says, I love that turtle stencil. So do I.
It's one of my favourites too. That and the trilobites.
Trilobites, yeah. Well,
Now this is using Mariah. This is using texture plates I just made yesterday from the inserts from one of the portcullis stencils, not the big one, the other one. Well, I did use a bit of the big one, I think, because I made both. See, there's the. Yes, I used a bit of that one. That's the portcullis one. And then these are the other two inserts that I used underneath here. So we'll see what happens. And I used the red oxide first. I don't know whether that's going to even show through on this. No idea. Let's have a quick look.
yeah, and then we have to set
It's
it
going to
over.
be very subtle. It's going to be very subtle. I think I'll lift some with white tissue.
Just don't heavy hand it.
No, I won't.
I have to say, I got a great chuckle out of Mariah confessing that Brad spent like the day teaching her how to say portcullis correctly. No porta. It's not porta. What does he know?
Right, so that's that. That's quite interesting, actually. Look at the texture you get from it. That's
Right?
quite fun. That's just laying it down and barely touching it.
Look like a giant beetle laid on it.
Yeah, just a bit. Where am I going to put this one? Let's take this and put it down here. And put that on top of that. That's better. Don't want to get the paint on my carpet, you see. That's my big problem. Well, it's a decent carpet, one of Mum's, so we don't want to mess it too much, do we?
Yeah, I have one of those too, Mariah. Yep. We try to be nice though. Well, and that's what you should have done with the yellow one because you brayered off so much that you could have put on tissue for a nice.
Yeah, could have. Yeah, could have easily. Should have, could have, should have.
No, Michelle, you spelled it correctly. Yes. Tori says, love that color. Fran does have she has a way with putting colors together that you wouldn't think would go.
It's called accident.
Yeah. Or, well, let's just see. Let's have a go at it. Okay, Julie. She's waiting for all the pulls. She's been here to see you land, but she's waiting for them to be pulled. You'll have to come back and watch the replay, I'm sure. I usually do. Hi, Brad. We were not talking about you at all.
That's right, make me feel self-conscious. Right, let's have a look at the circles. See how the circles are doing.
Okay, let's see how the circles are so Julie can see it.
Uh-huh. That's the circles. So we'll see what we've got. Oh, that's not too bad. No, that's not too bad. It's picking up a fair bit.
And Patricia's here. Hi, Patricia.
Hi, Patricia.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's fairly simple. There's nothing huge about it. I'm hoping for good things, but that one I've just put away because that's the one.
Collage material.
Oh, it is definitely. In fact, I quite fancy doing some with how about some blues and golds? That would be nice. I haven't done a blues one yet. Yes, that would be interesting.
There's a song, Am I Blue? No, I won't sing it. No.
I like Blue Velvet.
Blue Velvet.
That's the one.
I like Roses are red, my love, violets are blue. Oh, Lord, I shouldn't sing unless I'm getting paid. There you go, your wobbly circles.
Let's do a blue, a nice blue. Let's do a nice blue. Let's do iridescent. We could do it on black. Where's my iridescent? Come on, iridescent. Come to Mummy. Mummy wants you. All right. Who's taking the blue iridescent? I'll have to open the new pot then. Okay, I'll open the new pot. I seem to have lost the blue iridescent. Oh, there it is. Over there, look. What's it doing in the greens? That's weird. Put it in the greens. It's nearly finished anyway. It's becoming rude. I got rude paint, Mum.
There's this one song I know that by an artist back in, I'm going to say, 1965. I have only met, in my lifetime, I have only met one person I've asked that I know knows music. I've asked if they know this song. Only one person ever heard of it or knew it.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think you would because it's an American, not a British person.
Okay.
So I don't know why that came to mind. See that?
What is it then?
It looks
You're
like.
going to tell us what it is?
What? You want to know? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, of course I want to know. Don't be mean.
Those look like phoenix birds. You know, phoenix rising from the ashes with their wings up. That's what your little. Yeah. What song? It's by Ronnie Dove, and it's called A Little Bit of Heaven from 1965.
Right. I don't know if I've ever heard of it. I'd have to hear it to know if I've heard of it.
A little bit of heaven in this heart of mine. I don't know. You'd have to go look it up on YouTube because.
Yeah, probably.
After the first 3 words of a song, my voice just. Have you heard of it, Gail? Ronnie Dove, A Little Bit of Heaven. Let's see. Patricia says, I am working on the turtle necklace. It has 2 strands now, and the second requires slow stitching, and I excel at slow. Nice.
So that's a quick pull with the black tissue. I've still got some left there. So I'm going to let that dry and then do something else with it.
Yeah, see, I used to love that song, would play it over and over again, but hardly anybody knows it.
I'm going to pull this one. I'm going to put let that one dry, put some more on it when it's dry, and in the meantime, pull this big one. because I think it might pull.
Julie wants to know. Oh, hi, Vanessa. We appreciate that you're here. Julie wants to know, how do you all find the space to store all your gel prints? Well, I happen to know Fran has this amazing cabinet.
It's called an architect's chest, plan chest.
Yep. Ooh, Judy. I'm definitely old enough to remember Ronnie Dove. I hate to admit it. My mom liked the song. Ooh.
That's quite interesting.
That is.
Now that's using all of the texture plates I made. This one. And this one. And
thank you, Janet.
this one I made from the Polynesian, geometric Polynesian.
Yeah.
Got it? So that's worked really rather well. I'm a bit of a tear in the middle.
Yeah. It does look like trees in there. I was thinking like wonky, like carnations. Yep. P keeps hers in boxes and folders, and then quite a few end up as the giveaways and orders. And someone else was asking, was it who was it? Gail or Angela maybe was asking what to do with the painting papers. And if you ever order stencils from PM Artist Studio, you'll get an example of their painting papers, because they'll create an ATC card type thing that, well, I don't want to say always, but almost always, Mariah would know better than me, you'll get one in with your stencils. What are you doing over there?
That is the piece that came out of there. I want to stick it back on later. Can you see that?
I can.
That piece? I pulled it off the gel plate and I will stick it back on later.
Okie
I'm
dokie.
just going to be careful I don't lose it walking across the room, because I'd never find it on this carpet.
Carolyn, I don't know that Ronnie Dove was country. I would go more with, he was pop, maybe? Pop rock, maybe? Same for me,
Right, I've got one down here I'm going to try and pull. I don't know if it's going to have the same effect.
Ooh, you just flipped on my screen, Fran.
Huh?
There was a.
I just what?
You blipped. You just jumped. You
I
were
blipped?
there and you weren't. Or you were there. You weren't there and then you were. Ooh.
All right.
Oh.
Now this is the one with permanent maroon and the burnt umber, not burnt umber, red iron oxide. I think it was the rich one. It's quite mappy and quite difficult to see.
Yeah, you lost it. Hi,
But there is something there. Yeah, I lost that one. But there's something there. There is. I can see it because the red oxide, the light red oxide, I can see it, but it's faint. It's very faint. It's subtle. I think what it needs is a Posca pen to pick out some of the pieces when it's dry.
Hold it up. Let me see a better look. Hold it up closer. Yeah, I see it changing color, but I don't see any, not clearly any impression.
Well, you've got to be at an angle. I seem to see a pattern at an angle.
Yeah, well, you've got superhuman eyes. Oh, I see a little bit on the bottom left towards, yeah.
Yeah, well, the thing is, when you can't really see it properly, you need to do something to bring it back, don't you? So what I'll do is I'll probably go over it. What you could do is you can have a plate at the side, small plate, use it as a sort of paint pad, get some paint onto your brayer and go over a texture plate and then print that where you want to.
Yeah, there you go. Go ahead.
That's more or less what I did, only I used a stencil. I did that with some paint, put it on the stencil, put the stencil onto that flowered piece, the one I was trying to demonstrate what I was talking about in the last live.
Yep.
Not our live, P&M's live.
Yep.
Patricia did that flower thing with the paint with your fingers.
Yep.
The thing is, it took so long for it to dry. I had to wait about an hour between the end of the stream and when I could pull it and then do the last bit of the demo to show what I meant.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, well, it's uploaded, but I think you've downloaded them, but you haven't done anything with them yet. Yeah.
Exactly.
But I can see a trace of marks here and there. But you've got to be over here to see it. You can't actually see it over.
And Tori says it well too. She said if you roll your brayer over the texture plate, you'll get the impression on the brayer and on the roll-on paper too. Hi, Darcy.
Yeah.
We appreciate everybody coming in.
Oh, this one's ready. The turtles is ready to do something else with.
Maybe Julie can stay long enough to see one more. The turtles. Woohoo.
The turtles. What should we do with the turtles? Any ideas for paint color?
Nope, I'm zipping the lip. You're on your own.
Oh, thanks.
Well, I do like that red you were using.
What, the rich transparent red oxide?
Yeah, that looked good.
Okay, why not?
Yep, and Tori says red. Okay.
This is more of a brownie red, but yeah.
Not too much because we don't want to have to wait all day for it to dry because Julie has to work. Come on now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Carolyn says, paint with a texture plate, does the interference look different because of angles? I'm not quite sure.
When you hold the paper at different angles, yes.
Yes, okay.
I'm going to do this on white tissue.
Yes, 40 minutes before she has to, like out the door for work. So, yep. So get your special fan going there and make that work.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I knew you were going to say that.
All right. We can put something on this, though. Put something on here. It's got the circles, and it's got this here, lightly, not very deeply done. And how about the Lucas Krill? The Lucas Krill beige. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Your Rising Phoenix. I know that's not what it is, but it looks like Rising Phoenix to me.
Oh yeah. I'm going to do this one with the black tissue. See what we get.
Mariah said yes too. You got to be fast, ladies.
Yeah, well, I don't have to be quite as fast as you with the Lucas Krill, but yes, you do have to be quick.
I got to tell you what Julie said, though.
What?
She said at least Patricia shows the other side and then puts it aside.
Okay, I'm sorry.
See, Julie, now you know how I feel. Fran and I play alone together doing this, and she'll say, nope, I got to put it aside to dry.
Yeah.
Or then you'll pull the paper up just a little bit and go, do you want to see? Do you want to see? Do you want to see? And then not
Well,
show.
we've got some of that maroon on there as well, so that will be quite nice, quite interesting
I can
when
see
it comes
that.
up.
Did you see it, Julie?
Do you want to have a quick look at this one on the other side? I wasn't going to show you because it's quite good.
Oh, nice. Do you
Not
see
bad
it,
at
Julie?
all.
Oh, that's nice.
That was a good choice. That was a good
Yeah.
choice of colour.
It's like she brought it over and flashed us with it.
Right, let's do something else on here.
Okay. And this is the big plate, so you can use a little bit more. Right,
Yeah.
Tori? So you can, so now when you go heavy with the paint, you've got room. You can
I
move
don't want
that.
to get too heavy though. End
Yeah.
up with no paint. The trouble.
The very
Right,
bottom
I've just
off screen.
cleaned that. Blues. I want to do some blues. Blues. I want to do some nice blues. Let's do an ultramarine blue. I haven't done that for ages. That's dark ultramarine blue.
So the very
No
bottom,
idea what I'm going to do with it.
very bottom is off screen, just so you know. Just a tad bit.
Well, I can.
Yeah, I don't
sort
think you have any much more room, not with that big plate.
Yeah.
There you go, Gail. You go be comfortable. We don't want anybody uncomfortable or hurting. You take care too.
Oh.
Thank you for being here.
Just got to move this down a bit so I don't hit that texture plate while I'm rearing. There we go.
That's a nice blue.
Ultramarine. I do like ultramarine. Haven't used it very much lately.
Gosh darn it, Fran. I already put my order in. Quit showing me these paint colors.
Sorry. Come on, that one. Right, I'm going to use these texture plates again because I liked the way it came out last time. It helps you don't splot it down twice.
It's exactly what blue is this?
Ultramarine blue.
What brand?
Pabeo. Dark ultramarine blue.
Okay. There you
Studio
go.
acrylic. Transparent, it says.
Mariah says Fran is the best worst paint enabler. She's an encourager. We try not to say enabler. But yeah.
Bit more of that one, I think.
Hear the slurp?
I do like that sound. It's nice, isn't it?
It beats heck out of listening to Rufus drink water, huh?
Yeah, it does. Camel, you know.
Or me
singing. I'm going to get a bigger piece, I think. Am I going to get a bigger piece? Have I got any more nearby? No, I haven't. I'll have to use this piece and get on with it.
Now you could use a big giant Franken-stencil over that, and no, not now, but couldn't you have?
I haven't got a Franken stencil.
You know, like that big piece that Patricia used.
I wish, yeah. I loved one of those.
Yeah,
I need the pieces because I want the overlappy bits.
Yeah. Or who was it? Who made the other Franken-stencil that I'm thinking of?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
but
Patricia's the one that made some. Did Sharon make some?
No, Sharon's been working with ink, I think. No, yeah, no. Who was it? Darcy. Darcy did it.
Darcy. Yeah.
Darcy did it. So, but could you have, before you laid the tissue down on top of all that, could you have taken a big Franken stencil and then put that down over all of it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course you could. Let's see why not.
yeah. We watched Darcy with her Franken stencil.
I want a Frankenstein.
Lisa's got to go back
Um,
to. Okay, Lisa.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Lisa.
Julie says she's getting hunger pains. I don't know how you could have triggered that in her, but you did.
What pains?
Hunger.
Hunger pains. Oh.
She's now hungry. What did you do?
I don't know. It's the blue. It makes you hungry.
Oh, is that it didn't work for me?
Right, I'm just going to lift this up with something. A big sheet
Yeah.
of paper.
Darcy said she just glued bits and pieces together to make her Franken stencil. Exactly.
Yep.
That's yep. Good job too, Darcy.
I'm just going to use this Caput Morton Violet just to pull this up with.
By the way,
Clean paint then. Yeah?
guess what paint was in my cart today that I ordered?
Caput Morton Violet?
Yep.
Ooh.
I know.
Well, you like the pinky ones. I'm just using this to pull this up.
It's not that I like the pinky ones, but I had a palette in mind, and it's
Oh, right.
I've got to have that for this idea I have.
I was sort of wondering what it would do to the green, so let's have a look. Something awful, probably. Piece of paper, big piece of paper. Nice big piece of paper.
Mariah says, love the pinky ones. And I say, well, somebody has to.
Yeah, a poor little thing.
Well, I'll tell you where I like pink. The only place recently that I've enjoyed seeing pink, and that was on Izzy.
Ah, yes. I wonder why little girls like pink so much. What is it about it?
It's a unicorn color.
Is it?
Mariah says, how dry was the green and how transparent?
Not very transparent, I don't think. And pretty dry. We'll see. I can't remember if it was transparent or not. I can't even remember which green it was.
Caroline says, I love the bright ones. Fuchsia, magenta, like that. I like them, but I like to apply them in a grungy steampunk look. I think they give just enough that they give a hint of their color comes out in the other colors I use. It doesn't get lost. So then your green will probably stay green because it was dry enough.
Well, I wish I had the plastic so I could see the other side.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling this is just not going to work just yet. No, it's not going to work. It'll be a long wait, that one. How about this one?
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm just pulling a corner to see if it will work. I think this might work. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I think it might.
Oh, I hope Julie can see this because this is a lovely turtle, Julie. Julie, come back and see the turtles.
For Julie.
For Julie.
Turtles. For Julie.
Oh, good choice.
Isn't that nice?
That's.
That was the Hansa yellow, I think. This one. I think that was the Hansa.
Ooh, yes. Ooh, oh. That's just beautiful.
That was the rich red iron oxide, wasn't it? Because you said use red, use red. So I
Yeah.
used the rich red iron oxide.
Yep.
Worked really nicely.
Very
That's
nice.
the Kryler Studio Acrylics. Kryler.
And even the little turtle came up nice.
Yeah, you can even just about see the little turtle.
Yep.
His head's a little bit long,
Yep.
but yeah, not too bad at all.
Patricia says, "Wahoo!" and Caroline says she's coveting it. Yeah, that one really.
Oh,
Yeah, I love that.
that's about the best one today. That one.
Hi,
Right, what should we
Anne.
do?
Anne Lover is here. Hi, Anne.
Hello, Anne.
Now,
You've got an almost clean plate. What should we do now?
I know you've done the turtles with an ombre blue green look, or maybe it was two blues. Really stunning. But this one, this last one you just did, yeah, it's
That
now
was
my
good, wasn't it?
yeah, now my favorite.
See what we've got in here.
Daler Rowney.
I always say Darla Rowney. I don't know if that's right or not. I don't really care.
Mess up with it. Just say portcullis.
Oh, that's not coming apart. I've got some bigger trailer bites, but that's a small doodah. I've got those creatures. I might do those creatures.
Oh, are we going to do
those?
Dollar Rowney? Dollar
Mm.
Rowney.
That's it.
Are we going to get
That's
a
right.
sneak peek of the
What?
you know? I mean,
What?
you just showed them to me briefly. I mean, so brief it was. They're not even a memory.
Oh dear.
Oh, but I do like the
I
wave.
like the flibby flobbies. Oh, where's my flibby flobbies? I thought I got them out, the flibby flobbies. When I say my, I mean P&M Artist flibby flobbies.
Which one? The turtle, Julie, the turtle stencil or the entire pull? Thumbsy upsies, everyone. Thank you, Caroline. Where did you go, Fran? Hello. You
I didn't go anywhere. I was trying to find a stencil. I'm going to use that one.
I like that one. That's a PM Miter Studio stencil.
Yes, it is. And I think I might use.
I believe it's Wave. Mariah, correct me, please. And then that one's
Circles and Waves. I don't know if it's called Circles and Waves, but it has circles and it has waves.
right. Waves, just waves.
So, what am I going to use? What colours? Those are my stencils choice.
I've been getting node up, Mariah. I've been getting node up.
I think I might do this one.
Do you have a pull over there that can be pulled?
I might have. Why? Let's do this first.
Okay.
Because otherwise there's nothing for the next one.
Teal and blue.
No. Could do.
Oh, I know, Caroline. I have a rather lengthy list too. It's called I want all of them.
I want it all. I want it all.
Yep.
And I want it all.
Stencils. And then that one's Tyvek. That's yours. Wendy says, I said I wasn't going to buy more vintage supplies, and now I have an office storage box full in the back of my trunk. I'll give you my address. Catch me on the side over there in the messages, and I'll give you my address, and you could stop at my house, Wendy, if you feel like you're heavily laden there. What green was that? Caroline would like to know what green is
The
that?
iridescent, that's Pabeo Studio Acrylics, iridescent green yellow. They've also got an iridescent yellow green, which I haven't got. It's on my list, but I haven't got it.
I know, Angela. I want them all too. They're all on my list. I want all of theirs. I want all of Fran's. I just want.
The trouble, isn't it?
My husband wants me to quit calling our house my craft studio. Ha ha ha.
Ian doesn't laugh at that joke anymore.
He rolls his eyes and goes, "It's true."
When Rich was here, he said, "Well, you could use these cupboards for your art supplies, couldn't you?" And I sort of went, "Oh," because I've got all Mum's stuff in them at the moment.
We have a small kitchen that I'm not happy about, but we do have a small kitchen. So when I'm in there, it's like he's not allowed in the kitchen when I'm in there. You can't move. And I don't like that. I move fast when I'm in the kitchen cooking or cleaning. Get out of my way.
I like that. I like that. I'm taking that off because I like that. Just the black with the stencil on it. I like that. Does that look lovely on the black? And if I take that off. I use, whoops.
Yeah, but he's now been told he's not allowed in my kitchen. But he did go in there a few weeks ago to make his homemade barbecue sauce, and he's constantly asking me. He's banging drawers and cabinets. Where is this? Where is this? Where is this? Can you imagine if I took all the dishes out of one of the cupboards and put my paint bottles in there, and then then ask him to go in there and get me a glass of water or something? Oh Lord.
Oh boy. Let's have a look at the blue. I think the blue might be ready to pull.
I hope so. Julie's still got time. She's still here. There you go.
Try this one. See what we got here. Can't see the other side because I haven't got plastic for it. So it's just got a piece of card on the other side. Oh, this is nice. Oh, this is nice. Do you want to see it? Do you want to see? Do you want to see?
You're being a stinker. Being like a rotten child.
Oh dear, you haven't seen it. What a shame. Let's see if I can show you. That's not too bad.
That's not too
I've got
bad.
some nice interesting things going on. That's nice. I've got some nice dendritic bits there.
You have to bring us down to get our nose in there, and so can everybody see that?
Nice. We've got the remnants of the red oxide from before. We've got nice little bits. We've got the different angles on some of the stencils when I put it down. I like that.
Your hand
That's good. That's nice and interesting.
Pull it to the right. The hair. Pull it to the right. The other right. There you go. Because the light is there's just a tad glare on it. There you go. Does everybody see that? Yeah, it's like a blueprint.
Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like those blueprints you were playing with before. Yeah.
I was playing blueprints the other day.
Yeah. I must print that out, you know. I haven't done anything with it.
Right, Julie?
Yeah.
Ideas, right? You get all kinds of ideas. So someone was asking what to do with these. They can be a base for adding more stamps, Posca pen, outlines. Go ahead and experiment and let your imagination take over.
Let's see if there's anything doing with this one. Probably not, in which case I'll bring back the big one and we'll do something with that.
Okay.
No, I don't think so, look.
Oh no,
I
it's
don't
not.
think so.
That
No.
white is the iridescent dried. The white didn't.
Yeah. 'Cause I don't really want to lose what we've got there. It's not wonderful, but it's not horrible either.
That's a good idea, Tori.
And I've looked at that one, and that's not coming up either.
And
And
Janet,
this other one with colour on.
this is something
So,
you haven't done, Fran. Here's something you haven't done. Janet Nash says, "I love Patricia's scrunched up tissue paper."
yeah. But she's not using tissue paper, she was using deli paper.
Deli paper. Yes, thank you.
And
Yeah.
she was using special drawing paper. Neither of which have I got. I'd love to have a go. I mean, you can do it, but let's have a try with doing it with ordinary tissue. Well, when I say ordinary, I mean, of course, wet strength white tissue. Let's have a
Okay.
try with that. What we can
Back-
pull up there. I think that would be a good one. Let's try.
Back up the camera. We're a little too close.
I will get you further away. Don't worry, I'm just picking up the white tissue.
Okay. And Mariah says you can do it with the tissue. So let's see. It's one thing when
Let's have a
Patricia
try.
does.
It's got to be a small one though, because I've only got the pieces ready cut. So when I scrunch it up, it's going to be quite a bit smaller. But yeah, we'll give it a go. So we'll put something on top of this. Let's put some cheddar on. See what the cheddar does.
Mariah says the crackle will be a bit softer, but you can still get it. Or do you still have some glassine paper?
Yeah, but I don't know where it is. I still haven't found it.
Yeah.
No, I've got a cheddar here somewhere. Expert. Here we are. The other cheddar.
Oh, good, Janet. Janet Nash says she's going to try it too. Oh, good. Cool.
Lovely. Just pull this piece off there.
Julie says, do you have lunch wrap that has no wax? She may, but it'd be another thing. Again, she's not prepared and it's not handy dandy.
What with wax?
Lunch wrap?
No, I don't have any lunch wrap. It's not something we get in this country, I don't think.
Well, like sandwich wrap paper. Or fish
cling film.
Imagine for fish and chips.
Oh, that's different. That's newspaper. That's non-printed newspaper.
Non-printed newspaper.
Yeah, because you don't want the ink in your food.
Back it up. Back up the camera.
Oh, yes, sorry.
I just got orange paint on my nose. Holy cow, how'd you do that?
Sorry. Orange painty nose. I'm sure you look wonderful, dear.
I do. It goes with my gray hair. Let's see. Janet Nash.
I might use 2 sheets.
She said she tried it with a brown paper bag. Whoa. Well, brown wrapping. I have lots of brown wrapping paper. Okay, let's see what she gets here. Now.
And I do have some tissue that was wrapping tissue, and that is very crumply. I might throw some of that as well. I've got loads of that in the drawer, so that would be good. Shiny side down.
Good question, Caroline. Now, Mariah.
Now you rub it down well, or just lift it as it is.
She said, crackle it more, but yeah, crumple it more, I think.
And do you leave it or lift it immediately? Can't remember.
I don't either. So there's your answer, Caroline. Mariah says it would work, but not sure it will be as deep as what happens with batik. Okay, here is the thing. Okay, hold it, Fran. Mariah
Yeah.
says, here is the thing. If I remember, Patricia did that and then pulled it. The best crackle came from a lighter dryer.
A lighter dryer?
A
What's a
lighter
lighter dryer?
paint.
Oh, layer of paint. Lighter layer of paint. Yeah. So pull that up. Okay, we'll do.
Do that because
Knock
it
it up.
wouldn't have to go, yeah, because it wouldn't
It's
have
not bad.
so much paint.
It's not bad.
Yep. So that was the debate on Tuesday, to leave or to take it off quickly. So you want a lighter.
Oh, that's nice.
So do you have more tissue? You could do another. Your plate
Yeah.
is wet enough to crumple up some more and do it again.
Yeah, can do. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, could I try it with the black?
Please. Hi, Jan.
Try it with one sheet of black.
But remember that the black absorbs the paint much faster.
Yeah, so I won't be pushing that down so much.
Yeah. You could also, if you wanted, just crumble up the paper, and while it's crumbled up, just go around and dauber all around.
I'm going to try a black piece.
Mariah says black. Do black. Trickle the bejesus out of it. I actually said that out loud. There you go. There you go. Slap that puppy down. Slap it. You got to slap it in there. Ooh. There you go, Caroline. Yeah, go play with it. Enjoy yourself. Post some pictures and makers and show us. See, I think that is working. That's what Mariah said. Yeah.
Picking up quite well.
Yeah.
You can get quite a bit off it.
That's that black paper. It's not wet strength. And it really
No, it's not.
it up. Oh, and Mariah said, stop that, Fran. That's enough.
What? What? Why? It was good. Enjoyed that. Having fun. Don't be mean.
Between me and Mariah telling you what to do.
It's not bad, is it? I love that. Nice. I wonder what would happen if you pulled black paint with black tissue and then crumpled it and put it on yellow.
I don't think
That could be
if the black paint on the black tissue was wet, you're going to have a heck of a time getting it uncrumpled.
No, dry paint. Because then you've got to crack it, you see. Then you crack it.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah. And then put yellow on top. That could be fascinating.
There's a thought.
Yep. Remember that. Come back and do that another time.
Okay, Mariah, it doesn't matter if it's white paper or black paper, but in my mind. But what she's saying is to take the paper, the tissue paper, and paint it black, let it dry, then crumple it. And
it might work with white tissue painted black, crumpled after drying, and then put up yellow on it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because you're not only getting the paper crumpled, you're getting the paint cracked too.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to try with the other tissue, the stuff that came in packing. So I'm going to put some more paint down on here. Let's put some turquoise, some lightish turquoise. What have we got? Oh, that's iridescent.
Well, Caroline and Mariah say yes, do that. Try it. So it's on your list.
Okay. What have we got? That one. That's no. Turquoise blue. I'll just try some turquoise blue.
I have to write this down so I don't forget.
Yep. Cool. That's quite an interesting colour. Just a minute. Just a minute. Just making my brayer off paper interesting. Right.
Now, the way you said it, it wouldn't matter if it was white or black tissue paper, and it wouldn't matter if
Well,
it was
it would, because when you crack the black paint, the colour of the tissue will show through in the cracks. Won't it? So some of it will be picking up the paint of the layer you put down, and some of it won't. You know, because you've got a dry layer of black paint, and when you crumple it, and then it uncrumples, you're going to be seeing the colour of the paper through it. So we'd probably have to do both white and black.
And would it matter if it's black paint or green or yellow or purple that you paint the paper with?
Probably not.
There you go.
But it would make a difference, wouldn't it? Because you'd have different colour coming through.
Well, now I thought you were talking about do all that and then lay it down on the gel prep plate.
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
So you'd put the colour on the gel plate that you want to create the pattern between the crackles.
And
so there's one that I've had crackled because it came like that, all right?
Okay.
It does seem to be wet strength because there is a difference with both sides. So let's have a go. I might crackle it a bit more, actually.
So Mariah has a response to what you've been saying. So let me tell you this. She says you might have better luck with white texture paste on the tissue. That way it will actually crack.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wrote it down, Mariah. We'll revisit the idea. The mad scientist, Mad Frankie, will be playing off camera.
Well, we'll probably do it on camera, otherwise we won't remember what we've done.
Yeah,
right.
Off camera.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's lovely. Oh, I like that. There we go. This is not as strong as the wet strength carnival paper.
It tore
because it tore in the packing, you know, because it was packing paper.
Yeah.
But it feels less firm, less strong. It's probably a smaller, not smaller, lower GSM.
And Mariah says do another layer.
What? Another layer of paint?
Another layer of paper. Do another.
Okay.
Do another crackle. You still
I was just using this.
See it. Yeah. And she said
the other end of the same piece.
Yeah. Do you have any freezer paper? If
no.
she does, it's not handy.
No.
And going back to the other idea, Mariah said the paint could offer a coating for a heavier hold on the crackle pattern, like how the coated drawing paper works.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
I should think about that when I'm not doing something else.
Yeah, exactly. Hi, Gretchen.
Hi, I've got to pay more attention to it.
Yeah, that's why I wrote it down. We'll revisit
good,
that.
Good. So this is going to be very difficult to hold up, but it is nice. I'm getting some of the green coming through.
Oh, wow.
From underneath. It's not bad at all, is it?
Do that over turtles. Oh, cool.
Yeah, could do. Certainly could. got some turtles.
Angela says, do you want to have the paint layer under the crackle paper fairly thick? If you do, you're gonna do more than one tissue paper pull, I'm sure. But the drier, what Mariah said, the drier paint offers a better layer to get to the pattern. So if you put too thick of a layer, you're just pulling paint. You're basically just pulling paint until you get down to a dry enough layer where instead of pulling paint, you're leaving an impression. And I hope I explained that well.
Well, I'm not sure. I'll have to think about it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put some more paint on and put the turtles on.
So now you'll do a light layer of this. Thank you, Mariah. I pay attention. I don't always understand what I'm talking about, but I do know how to monkey. Until I do it, I don't always get it. Okay, so yeah, cool. Oh, and trilobites. Oh, there you go. Oh, even better.
The other turtles.
Oh, the other turtles. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Now,
I like them.
I need bigger bits of tissue. I've got to get the bigger tissue. It's silly using the little bits. Just a minute.
Well, you cut those pieces the other night, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I've got the whole sheets here, you see, so I can use a piece of the whole sheet. Let me grab one off. Yeah. Now I'm just pulling the turtles first.
Yep.
So I don't need to crackle it.
So we'll just pull the impressions. Well, you could have crackled it. It would have just left a nice...
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have pulled enough of the design off to leave the design on the plate. See what I mean?
That's true. For you to get in there.
Besides, I'll get a nice print out of it that way as well.
Yeah. Yep. Or maybe not. It doesn't look like much was coming up.
Yeah.
Maybe it was already too dry.
Yeah, I was trying to be fast.
Well.
Oh, that pulled a bit more off. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah. I need another sheet of that. And take these off. Right. I can't hear. Hang on. No, I think I might have to let that dry and then pull it with another colour. Because it was starting to dry too much with the other sheet, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Yes. That's what I think.
Yep.
So let's see what that white one is. The Lucas Krill has dried yet. It's all very well Lucas Krill sort of being very dry, but it doesn't seem to be here.
Okay, Julie. Julie has to go to work now. Have a good day, Julie. Thank you for playing with us.
Yeah, thanks for popping by. I hope you can see the replay and see what happens. Yes, it's more of it's coming up now. Probably won't get all of it, but not too bad.
Ooh,
Yeah.
see, the iridescent
That's not too
dried
terrible.
quite quickly. That's good collage
Well, the
material.
iridescent went round first, you see. It's lovely. I like that. I like the hints of the maroon through it, the permanent maroon.
Yeah.
Lab. Nice one.
Can we zoom in?
Yeah, you can zoom in.
There we go. I wanted to see that. Yep, that middle section that's got the red. I like
Yeah.
that. It
I mean,
almost,
it was the circles on this side, and it was the tomatoes on this side.
well, the way the tomatoes went together, it almost, what I see is a I'll think of it. I'm all right. A seahorse heading into a
Is
couple of
this?
tornadoes, cyclones.
Hmm.
I know.
It looks like a whirlpool to me
Yeah, cyclone.
in the water. Yeah.
I like it.
Corrie Brecken.
Yeah, that came out nice.
Not bad. Bit of a wait for it with the Lucas Grill. I thought it'd be quicker, but I probably put a lot down.
Yeah. Well, we're 2 hours in if you're getting tired.
No, I'm going to put something on this plate. Then I'm going to pull the caput mortem violet.
Oh, I want to see that.
See, that's got some nice patterning on it. So I want something not too fierce to pull it with. How about something like I don't think I want a red, do I? That's red too. Dried blood. How about dried blood?
Would
Or
Trisha say
paint.
something high contrast here?
Well, and it's transparent, you see, so I don't want to go too high with it. It's quite transparenty. I mean, it's iridescent, but it's also quite transparenty. Can you see that?
Yeah, and you'll lose it.
Yeah, so I don't want to be too fierce with it. So I'm thinking maybe some Payne's Grey.
Ooh.
Oh, I'll tell you what might work. The blue-black.
Mariah says, yes, high contrast, or you could try crackle.
Where's the blue-black? Hello, blue-black. Where are you hiding? It's not in there. Blue-black.
You just organized
Come on, blue-black. Come out. I thought I was organised. Where would I put blue-black? Is that a blue?
Yes.
Or a black?
Look in the blue.
I'm looking in the blue. I can't see it yet.
Mariah suggests yes on the blue-black, which I agree. I like that idea. And she says use the sheets you've already used for crackle and see how they work.
Okay. It's not in the black. It's got to be in the purples. The only other place for them. There we go. Iridescent blue-black.
Was it in the
And
purple?
do what with the crackle? Yeah, it was in with the purple.
Use your blue-black, not too heavy, and then go ahead. The sheets that you've already used, the tissue paper you've already crumpled up, already used.
Yeah.
Use those and see how they work.
What, like the blue one? We've got a blue one. We've got some yellows. Got blues and yellows. Got quite a lot of yellow.
I don't know that it matters because the paint is going to stay there. It's not going to transfer.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see what we can do.
Actually, if that tissue paper is dry, could you crumple it more?
Yeah, could do.
It won't matter. Hi, Susan.
Hey, Susan. Yeah, it feels pretty, almost dry. Not quite. There's some little bits in the middle that aren't quite, but
Well, and
yeah.
that will only, like Mariah said, some might come off, but no worries. It'll just add to it.
Uh-huh. And this is a smaller plate, so I only need the one sheet. What sheet?
Boy, I wish I could be as quick and understanding when I'm sitting doing my own, because it takes me forever to make decisions and figure out what I want to do when I sit and do my own. It's easy to play backseat driver with Fran.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh,
nice.
Oh,
lovely. Haven't got the underneath though, but that's nice.
Now she says, now don't touch your plate. You got to let it dry. So that means it's okay. You can go and let it set over there.
Okay. Wow,
that pull was really nice.
Well, wasn't it? Not bad at all. Right, let's have a look at this one here, which I can't remember what's on it because it hasn't got a Perspex sheet, so I can't look. It's got some maroony colours on it. That's all I know.
Mariah says, flip it over, let us see the other one. But it's
okay. I told you there is no Perspex sheet for this size. So.
Silly. Oh,
that's interesting. Ooh. Well, that's pulled off some of the green. That's interesting. If it hadn't done that, it would have been a bit sort of, I like that.
Because it kind of lost the impressions, didn't we?
Yeah. But we found them in the green. Ooh. We might get some more off that one.
Look at the goodies.
But I think we'll do that another time. And look what I'm starting to get with all my lifting off the edges sheet. Isn't that nice? I'm loving that.
That's wonderful.
Right. So we've got that one we've got to do something to. We've got the blue one over there. So let's put something on here and a sheet and leave it. What should we put? Oh, let's have another go with the other orange, other cheddar.
Oh, I would have said more of that green, but that really pops.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, here's a little input from Patricia, and I think it needs to be explained a little bit more. She said if you had allowed it to dry all the way, the stenciling would have come off with the pull.
Yep, I know. It's just because I'm live and I'm thinking, I've got to pull something now.
So help me out here. So what she's saying, that had you not pulled that one just now, if you'd have let it dry completely and then pulled it, we would have seen more of the impression on the paper.
I think we would have seen less because it wouldn't have left that colour down there and showed the green through. But I don't know. It's academic now, isn't it?
No, because if I want to do it, I need to know what I'm doing.
I'm going to crumple.
Well, go over there and crumple. That's noisy.
Sorry.
So, help me out, Pete. So it would have been better to let it stay on there dry, and we'd see a better definition of her impression place. Is that what you said? Scrunchy.
This is where you can just have fun bashing a plate.
Slap it.
Right, let's leave that.
Exactly, Angela. Angela says, at the end of the day, we're all just playing.
Yeah. Well, that's the fun part, isn't it? That's
Yep.
the whole point. It wouldn't be any fun if it wasn't fun. Did I just say that? Oh, man.
You're
No,
you're profound.
not very. I can't reach the other plate now. You sit there. Let me put my foot there. And then I can get the blue.
Were you tiptoeing through papers on the floor?
Yep, absolutely. Interesting. I think I need a different colour on that. It's like permanent maroon or something. I think I need permanent maroon on there.
Something really high contrast, right?
Something permanent maroon.
All right.
I've got to get more of this. Look how much of this I've used. It's nearly half gone.
Okay, Mariah. Yep, that's the big plate. Okay, thank you, Mariah.
Huh? What?
Well, I asked my question. I just wasn't comprehending what Patricia meant, what P meant.
Well, tell me.
Well, if you had allowed it to dry all the way, the stenciling would have come off with the pull.
Yeah.
Is that so? I think what she's saying is if you had allowed to dry it all the way, you would have seen better printing from the impression plate and stencil.
Yeah. Very likely.
Okay, now I understand it.
Oh, I've got a big stringy bit. I
Well,
think this braid would be looking for a little pool.
it looks like you've got some, looks like you've got some texture down on your plate from what I'm seeing, where the light is
Yeah.
hitting.
Yeah. Oh, I can't get the goober off my finger.
Bummer.
It's picking the other ones. Get off. God damn it.
What
Move
color
that one
is
up.
this again?
This is permanent maroon. And isn't it lovely?
Mm-hmm.
I've used so much of it, honestly.
Is it Amsterdam? No, it's golden. Because you just showed me.
Yep, it's golden. It's blinking expensive.
Mm-hmm. I almost bought a lottery ticket yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I bought one for the big lottery, and guess what? Didn't win anything.
Well, that's what I went through yesterday. Me and my twin had this conversation. Do we want the lottery ticket or do we want to buy another tube of paint and have instant gratification? Lottery ticket, lots of paint if we win.
And if you don't, one less tin tube of paint. Yeah.
Yeah, so we kind of went back and forth. Well, we decided on the tube of paint, obviously. The odds were better that I would really love the instant gratification more.
I think that has got to wait. I think it's got to wait. And I've got something to put on that one. I've got the yellow crinkly one to pull. And that's about it.
Okay.
So there isn't much left now.
And you're almost out of room.
Yeah. What a flipping name. I mean, you should see this place. You can barely see the carpet now.
Wouldn't it be fun if you had a rail on your ceiling and then you hung a chair from it and you could just swing around the room anywhere you wanted to be? You never have to put your feet on the floor. You could save that.
Yeah.
You could have the space on the floor for painting papers and other artwork. Totally.
Or you could just have lots of things hanging from the ceiling and put the painted papers up there. Just make sure you're not too tall.
Yes, see, that's why I didn't go that route. I'm only 5 feet. Well, actually, not even that. After the last 2 years, I don't even think I'm 5 feet tall. So anything lower than now works for me. That's like cheddar cheese.
Well, you're kind of cheddar. It's more like red Leicester to me. Red Leicester with veining.
Interesting. I like it.
Isn't it?
Patricia
And there's
said,
more down there. If I use the flat piece of paper on that with some more cheddar.
yeah, Patricia says, just got many different reds. I'll swatch them for you when I do mine.
Ooh, lovely.
Yeah.
So,
What do you think? I mean, on the other side, it looks like that's green underneath the red, but it's not, is
there
it?
is. There is green underneath. Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
Okay.
Yes, green.
All right.
Green.
So
what can I put on here to lift it?
yeah, the in Wisconsin, we would say that was the hockey players and barbecue sauce. Let's see.
I think something like Naples Yellow Deep.
Well, you've got green, you've got the red, you've got the cheddar.
Yeah, so you don't want anything too startling. Unless you put some blue on there. Or some copper. That would be nice. Some copper might be nice.
That would be interesting.
Deep gold. No?
Bronze?
Aztec gold. Bronze. Or do you mean the golden bronze?
I don't know. That looks good. Oh,
I think this would be
I
good.
think so too. So Angela wants to know, so my pools are pretty basic because I've only been doing gel printing for a few months. How do you know what it needs and when to stop? That's a question I have asked.
I don't know. You stop when you get tired. And make sure you've got something on there ready to pull when it's properly cured. And then stop and wait for a couple of hours or till tomorrow or something. But as for what colours to use to pull, well, it's your decision, isn't it? I mean, you look at what other people have done and you think, oh, that's nice. Or I like that. And then you remember the colours they've used. Well, you try to. But frankly, my memory is terrible. So half the time it's just, what colour do I think might go with that? And I've got no idea half the time, so I'm just guessing. So I think I would put something like bronze. But I'm not going to put it on yet because this is still wet here. And I want to pull the whole thing. So I've got to put that on and pull the whole thing later. I'm still not sure if I'm going to use the bronze, but I think the bronze is a good idea. I could use something like Payne's Grey.
Yeah. I don't think so.
No, I think the bronze is a better idea.
Question, I think for P, if you are going to leave one to dry, is there a suggested length of time? Till it's dry. I've asked that question too. Till it could be
at least a couple of hours.
Could be a few hours. It could be overnight. It could be.
It depends on your weather, your temperature.
Yeah. And
it depends on your humidity. And whether you've got air conditioning or not. It depends on so many things. Depends on how thick you put down.
Patricia has walked away for days and forgotten a pull.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt it. I mean, with the black, the drier it is, the better, really. I've left black tissue on a plate for a couple of days, and it's been fine pulling it off.
Adele, that's exactly right. As far as what it needs and when to stop, PM Artist Studio has a color wheel, and I know that Patricia and Mariah have done a video, probably more than one, of the use of the color wheel. In fact, not too long ago, Patricia went into more depth with it, and it is an excellent reference to understanding the color wheel, the colors, the color combos, and all of that. And my suggestion is, what I've been doing is I keep watching the videos, but practice. Just keep going at it. You'll get the hang of it. It doesn't happen overnight.
I'm just going to leave those there and say that's enough for today. I'm quite happy with those. I really like this sheet. I'm going to keep taking some more pieces and go crossways on it so that I can get a more interesting end result, and that will make lovely collage paper.
Yep, I agree. Angela,
I think.
Just go for it. Give it it's like dancing. You don't know all the steps you can do. You don't get the rhythm until you get the rhythm. You got to keep getting up and dancing until you find the rhythm. It's the same with the gel plate. Just
the great thing about the gel plate is that you can try simple things to begin with, and you can get fantastic results without really knowing what you're doing. So it's something that encourages you to keep going. It's not you don't have to be an expert to get good stuff, but of course, the more expert you get, the more used to it you are to doing it. The more consistent you're going to be in getting good stuff. So long as you've got a memory, which I haven't got, so it's not going to happen to me.
And also you find out which colors you tend to lean towards the most. Yeah. Or if you have a project, then choose a palette for that project, and that'll help you decide what to use. Right? Yes, keep watching. I agree with Ann. I watch PM Artist Studio, not just the days that they're on, but I'll go back and watch a replay again. I'll go back months. Last year, something that comes to mind. It's all
these are not dry yet, and this was done accidentally with cream paste instead of with light and fluffy, because I thought it was light and fluffy, and I was just doing the last one when I realized it was actually cream paste by Stamperia. But then Stamperia make both of them, don't they? Don't they? And Stamperia make the light and fluffy too.
Got me.
Yeah.
I don't know. In case anybody doesn't know, those are impression plates that Fran made at the beginning of the stream.
Yep. Using my own made stencils, these boats. Well, not that one, but the smaller ones, those ones. So yeah, there we go. So you can make a texture plate up of anything, and this was an attempt at a demonstration. I should have used modeling paste, but I think it's buried somewhere in a box, either over there or over there or over there. And so the only one I could find was a gloss gel. So this is gloss gel, and whether it's going to create an impression, I have no idea. It doesn't look all that brilliant, but if it isn't, then I will paint over it and use it as a collage element. Yeah. Instead of using it as a stamp, so it's not wasted. And this was the texture plates I made, which are now good and painty. And there you go. This was the one I made earlier, which I used a fair bit today, the Geometric Polynesian. And these are the portcullis ones from P&M Artist Studio. Yep. Quite old designs, but I think they're absolutely fabulous. So I had to have them. Lovely, lovely. There we go. We are done for today. We will say bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. I will bring back Violet so she can say bye-bye too. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for coming. Lovely.